Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing with this super cute little stamp set from Brutus Monroe called Chick Chick Hooray. It has some chicks on it, some bunny ears, some love hearts, and the sentiment that actually says Chick Chick Hooray. Now you might be losing your minds a little bit, but I'm actually going to make a card. I have a friend at work who just got promoted, so I'm going to make her a little Chick Chick Hooray card with these cute little chicks. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am going to make a card today. I know that that is crazy. You guys are used to seeing scrapbook layouts from me, but every once in a while I do make cards. I have needs of cards. So what I am doing is taking the stencil and placing it down on a white sheet of cardstock, and then I'm just going to take my Chroma mists and spray over top. Then I'm going to take my card panel front, place that on top of the stencil, and then I am going to peel it off. And that has gone ahead and given me a stencil print. So now that that has dried, I am going to just set that off to the side and use my stamp positioner tool to go ahead and stamp out some of these cutie little things down here. So I'm going to be stamping out the little chick, and I'm also going to stamp out the sentiment. I am using Brutus Monroe embossing ink and Brutus Monroe Raven embossing powder. Now this is my favorite black embossing powder ever. It is a super black embossing powder. Really easy to get in there with the details. So I'm going to just go ahead and make that smooth and melty. And then I'm going to flip it around a little while like that because I don't want it to be hot and melty still. Wow, I am twanging it all up tonight, people. Hot and melty still while I am going to go ahead and use my Chroma mists to paint in the little chick here. So I did use Bumblebee yellow, and then I'm just going to punch out the little guy, make him into a square. And then I'm also going to punch out the sentiment, but first I have to emboss it. Now the reason why I didn't punch this out first and I put it right back into the positioner tool was because I felt like I needed a little bit more paper to hold on to when I went ahead and punched it out. So now it says Chick Chick Hooray, and I've got that cute little chick there. And then I'm going to do it one more time just to make it a little bit thicker. So now I go ahead, put that off to the side, and get my little pieces punched out. Oh, rogue magnet there on the cutting mat. So this is just the card panel, and I decided that I needed to do a little bit of something extra to it. I wanted a little pop of black, and instead of matting it on a black card base or matting it on another piece of black paper, I just decided to emboss the edges. Now this is something I do a lot in my December project, which is how I document the month of December in a separate album because I love Christmas that much. I do it a lot in that project. Sometimes I do it in my scrapbooking, my regular scrapbooking, but I really don't do it much on cards. And I thought, you know what? Let's try this. So I went ahead and did that. I love the emboss line around the outside of my card front. It just gives it a little bit of something extra as opposed to just a cardstock on cardstock on cardstock card. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just a little bit extra. So now I'm going to use a square punch to go ahead and punch these guys out. Trying to figure out the best way, and I want to get it centered, so it's going to take me a minute to go ahead and do that. And then I am going to fussy cut out the little chick guy. I thought about punching him out too and just having squares on squares, but ultimately I felt like me cutting him out was going to be a better decision than punching him out into a square. I am going to loosely fussy cut around the little chick's legs. I'm not going in there so it's just one line. There is white around it. And then I decide to punch out a couple labels with a label punch, and I am also going to go ahead and emboss the edges of the little sign that says Chick Chick Hooray. And then I'm going to do that same technique that I did with my card, except the little piece is so small that I don't want to hold it in my fingers and burn my fingers all to bits with my heat tool, so I kind of chase it around my mat there. I'm going to go ahead and get that on the label, and then I am going to get my little chick on there as well. Now, one thing I am doing is ensuring that everything was lined up by using my grid mat underneath of the label and underneath of the square. I'm going to pop up the chick up on some pop foam, and that's going to give him a little bit of lift off of the page. Now I decide that I need this label to be a little bit longer than it actually is, so I do the highly scientific method of tearing it and spreading it apart and covering up the join with something else so you don't even see it. Then I pop on the little chick and it just is adorable. So I kind of run out of adhesive in the middle of the video, but that doesn't stop me. No, it does not. I just keep on going. So I go ahead and put the card front onto the card, and I already have my person in mind for who this card is going to. It is to one of the team leaders at work who recently got promoted. So I was just letting her know how proud I was of her. And then I am also going to decorate the envelope just a teeny tiny bit. Basically, I'm going to grab the stamp and use the little hearts here. So I go ahead and put some anti-static powder tool down on top of the envelope, and I just put the hearts down real quick, and I am going to emboss them super quick with my heat tool and that Raven embossing powder again. And then I am also going to color that in, and this time I color it in with the blue color instead of the yellow on the little chick, and I just think that the combo of colors just pops. And then there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me as I made a card. I mean, who would have ever guessed? And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.